Alright, here we are. Ease 1 and 2. Hello, J2O. Let me get the music down a little bit on my end. But yeah, I promised you we're going to do this. And now we're going to do this. By the way, YouTube is doing the stupid translation thing again. I have no idea why it does this. Like, I literally set the stream settings to English. Like, the stream is in English. Why does it want to show me, like... Fucking YouTube. I swear to God. Sometimes... Alright, here we go. I think that should work. Yeah, here we go. Sorry it took a while, but yeah. I hate YouTube when it comes to stuff like this because it's so unnecessary. Like, whoever like has the translation feature on for their live chat, like, why would I want to read your guys' like chat messages in German instead of the original language? I mean, come on. So yeah, we are here with, here we go, Ease 1. I bundled them together. It's Ease 1 and 2 specifically. I bundled them together into one thing because you've told me that they're kind of short. Both games are kind of short. So I feel like bundling them up together is good. Also, they are kind of sold together. You know, there's this bundle that you can buy for both of them. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this draws from, especially since it's like the first East games, right? And it's going to be interesting, especially since we played East Origin, what is going to happen. I have absolutely no idea. I've never interacted with these games at all before. And it's going to be crazy to see, you know, what we are going to experience, because I have absolutely no clue. And I think that's the best way to go into games these days. Also, I have also scheduled a Mario Kart stream afterwards. I don't know if we're going to actually do it today, but we're going to be streaming this game until 8 PM, so around 3 hours, and then you'll have to give me like 30 minutes to set everything up, and then we're going into Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart afterwards, just so we have like every game on a late stream. And we're going to be playing like Super Mario Kart for probably, I don't know, maybe an hour or so before we leave it. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen, but that's the interesting stuff, right? So let me go over here. Deactivate this. Deactivate this. Here we go. Controller is connected, and we're starting up Ease 1. I hope I don't have to configure this. I have never actually opened the game, which is probably a bad idea. Ancient East vanished. Oh man. Let's look at the options real quick. It's probably not too much. Experience display. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Frame type golden. All transparency. Blood effects on, obviously. Oh, that is cancel. Okay. Sounds. PC 88 original. I'm going to keep it the way it is right now. We'll have to see, but yeah. Let's see where we start. New game. It is. I'm guessing I choose Chronicles 2009. Normal. Light and darkness, the disturbed and chaotic era. What were the goddesses' name again? One was Lady Fina and the other was Lady Rhea, right? Rhea and Fina. Oh, the tower's still standing, huh? Ancient East vanished. Well, we absolutely know it didn't just vanish out of nothing. Alright. This is interesting. This feels very, very Trails opening. It's Nihon Falcom. That's funny. They do never really disappoint in their openings, I have to say. The tower still seems to be very important to the narrative. Ancient East vanished. Oh man. Oh my god. Let me readjust my settings real quick. Because now I can actually see what the game looks like. I can actually move myself a little bit down here. Make myself a little bit smaller and move myself down here so I don't actually... So don't actually block any game, I think. Really. This is definitely this is definitely old. Oh, good, you're awake. Don't strain yourself now. Your body is covered in bruises. So, you're still hurting anywhere? Adol checked himself over. There was some pain, but nothing debilitating. Get some rest. You're in a clinic at Barbado Port. Oh my god. Hey, Dad, is the stranger awake yet? Ah, Slough, you're early. How did the meeting go? Slough. These names, I swear to God. He says some. He's always has some interesting names. I swear. Same as always. No real progress. Well, the patient's only just awoken. Glad to see you back among the living. Ah yes, where are my manners? My name is Bluto. I own and operate this clinic. This is my son Slav. He found you collapsed on the beach and brought you here. We drove off the rebel that attacked you. It was a real close call. Adol told Slav his name and expressed his gratitude. Adol, eh? Good name. Don't recognize you though. Where are you from? Adol explained that he journeyed from Promalok to Esteria by boat. My word, you came from overseas? Amazing. You're the first man I know to get past the storm wall. What do you two think you're doing? Uh-oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy. She'll chew you up. I'll chew you up, Slav, if you keep making comments like that. The man's wounded, you know. Shouldn't you leave him be? He needs his rest. That's my Ayla, always keeping us in check. You make a good point, my dear. Yeah, okay, I'll stop talking his ear off. Rest up, Adol, but know this, I'm not done with you yet. Why so confrontative? Under the clinic's care, Adol recovered quickly. I love how my health bar just got bigger. Several days later. Oh my god, I'm actually playing. Alright, it seems like... Okay, I can actually move with a stick. Movement is fast, just like I'd expect. Oh my god. This is actually quite charming. I love the border around everything. Good morning, Adol. You seem to be in tip-top shape now. Still, you should probably take it easy for a bit, just in case. Well... I suppose a walk around town could do you some good. Just don't overexert yourself. For a boy your age, you have slept so soundly, you must have quite a story to tell. Adol, the portside warehouse, has become home base for the town's militia. Slav should be here. He can answer any questions you might have. Just be careful not to do too much too soon. Listen, Adol, there are monsters outside town, so don't push your luck, okay? Oh my god. That's crazy. Talk to Bluto. Slav is well on his way to be making town's militia the force to be reckoned with. He's always been one to insist on shouldering everyone else's burdens. A real stubborn one. He never listens to a single word I say. He reminds me of someone else in this room. Adol? Adol. Alright. I'll remember that. Adol, I know you're a strapping young lad and all, but please don't overestimate yourself. We don't want you getting hurt again. Alright, I'm leaving. Oh my god. This is crazy. Was this actually the subtitle for the original game when it came out? Like Ancient East Vanished Omen? Well now, who might you be? I see, so the young man that Dr. Bluto had been looking after. You must be through a lot. But you're looking very well. That's Bluto for you. Since the ships are all grounded, there's no work to be had at the harbor anymore. I've been hoping to branch out into the silver trade, but that didn't exactly work out either. Bad luck all around. Things were great 6 months ago. Huge trade ships were coming in constantly and Barbados was flourishing. But these days all we do is fish, fish, fish. I yearn for the way things were. That's interesting. I like it. Watch out for the blue-headed demons out in the field. Be careless and you'll be dead. You're only human after all. If you're not sure about your chances of survival, then run away. Run like the wind. So is this going to be more like an RPG than Ys Origin? I wonder. My son and his wife live in Minia. They keep asking me to go live with them, but they must be joking. This is my home. I could never leave here, no matter what the danger. But yeah, Alright. I'm going to probably be mispronouncing a lot of stuff in the game. I've been fishing here for as long as I can remember. Since the storm wall appeared, my catch has been consistently bigger than ever. I believe one would call that a mixed blessing. You're the one that Slav rescued, aren't you? Fine red hair like yours is certainly a rarity here. Alright. Why, if it isn't Adol, you okay to be moving around like that? Every time I stopped by, you were sound asleep. You must have been exhausted. So, had any murmurings overseas about Hysteria? I'd love to know what people are saying about us. Adol told Slav he'd heard the land was cursed. Cursed, huh? That's not really true, but it's also not too far off. Guess we can't count on any support from the outside. If they think we're cursed over here, we gotta take action. Anyway, I don't know a whole lot, but I'll gladly answer any questions I can. Ask away. Barbados. Barbados is the only port town in Hysteria. It used to be just a small fishing village until silver was discovered nearby. Then it boomed overnight. But ever since that storm wall showed up, no ships can get in or out. Our exporting days are over. So now it's just a fishing village again, for the time being anyway. At least everyone got some money from all that silver trade while it lasted, I guess. Hysteria is a small island country. There are only a few towns here. Barbados, the walled city, and Minea, and Sepik village in the mountains. Not long ago there was also a town called Rastin, but it got wiped out by monsters after the mine closed. The place where I found you is called Whitehorn Beach. Mother of pearl pieces wash ashore there. Great place for a stroll, safe for the monsters everywhere. What else? Oh yeah, Darm Tower, Hysteria's claim to fame, sort of. Just seems to kiss the clouds, doesn't it? On clear days you can see it all the way from Promalok. There are other touristy spots, but they've been infested with monsters ever since the storm wall showed up. Damn thing really made life difficult for us. The storm wall. It appeared, let's see, about 6 months or so ago. The first storm started on a night when some trade ships carrying silver set out from Barbados. Buffeted by the storm, the ships were obliterated, washed ashore on Whitehorn Beach the next morning. We first thought it was an isolated incident, but the same fate's been met by every other ship since. That's how the storm wall got its start, and now we Hysterians are pretty much trapped here. Most people have just kind of resigned themselves to their fate, but me, I'm too stubborn for that. The tower that they're speaking of is the one from Ys Origin, right? Or should I just play the game instead of talking? When the storm wall appeared, monsters came with it. That's what attacked you that day on the beach. We call that particular species Rebel. Monsters first appeared on the road up to the mountain, but they began attacking the villages soon after. Barbados in particular was hit pretty badly. Minea seemed to be vulnerable, just as vulnerable, but they've got a wall around them, so they're much more secure. Sepik was spared too, somehow. Supposedly kept the monsters out with some kind of mystical bell. We have nothing of the sort here, though, so we have to take arms and defend the town ourselves. Alright, we'll be sure to come by next time. Now that I know about East Origin and I've played East Origin, like, we watch the surrounding area from here. That way the... What? I doubt they'll attack during the day, of course, but it's better to be safe than sorry, you know? Alright. Now that I actually know the context of East Origin, this is going to be interesting. If, like, the Black Pearl is, like, the seal on the Black Pearl is weakening, and that's why the monsters come back. You know? Doggy. Like, after all we went through with the Black Pearl and everything, Slav is working hard to keep the town safe, but in the end he might just be kidding himself. Rather than live in fear of a monster attack, wouldn't it be better for everyone in Barbados to move to Minea? Hey mister, did you come from the mainland? Isn't the Stormwall really neato? I hope it stays forever. If it ever goes away, the girl next door will have to leave with her family. This is a town where I was born and raised. It's my home to even consider leaving this place. But my child's safety is paramount, so perhaps Minea with its city wall really is the place to be. Because the thing is, we know what happens before this game probably took place. Things were great 6 months ago. Alright. 6 months ago, monsters started showing up on the North Road. As a result, I haven't seen my friends in Minea for quite some time. I wonder how they're doing these days. Is this going to be a Pokemon situation if I just go outside the town? Alright. We already have music. Bomb system. Adol attacks enemies by running into them. His sword is swung automatically without pressing any keys or buttons. Alright. The success of his attack is determined by its trajectory and or the angle of impact. A head-on strike will likely cause Adol to take damage. They just, you know, you just got a regular RPG town. Crazy. We just got in a regular RPG town and then they blast you with this music. This is crazy. But the enemy struck off head-on, a strike will likely cause Adol to take damage. But if the enemy is struck off-center or from an odd angle, attacks will prove successful. Enemies can also be struck from behind or from the side with little risk of resistance, though. This technique can backfire if Adol is pitted against an enemy with a large amount of health, since it will quickly turn to face its attacker. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright. They set off center, right? I mean... Do I have to replay this whole thing? Oh, I haven't saved yet. Oh, it's an old game. It's an old game. I can't skip the cutscene, right? I can, okay. It's an old game. I don't need the Steam overlay. Fuck you. Here you go. Fuck you, Steam overlay. Should have probably saved. Doesn't matter. We'll just get through this. I'll have to see if I like this combat. The thing is, after East Origin, it's probably not a great combat system. Because East Origin was just very good and solid. Alright. Alright. Do I need to talk to Slav? Probably, right? Since they give me that task. I'm just not going to talk to the rest of the villagers. I just wish I could, like, advance the text faster. I hate when they do this. So you can't just fast forward through text because you instantly keep repressing. Alright. I'll do this. I mean, it's an old game, so we'll have to suffer through it. Through some of the decisions they made in the early game development. There's my inventory. How do I save? The start button and the select button do nothing. That's the X button. The B button does nothing. Damn you old games. I think I can move the cursor, but it's just the inventory. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Oh. There it is. The button mapping is so weird. It is like you don't get it. I have this controller right here, right? The A button is approve and not the B button is cancel. The cancel sits on the Y button. This is so fucking weird. And the menu is on the stick. On right stick press, you open the menu. I wonder if you can rebind the controls. Probably not. I would probably have to rebind it within Steam. Alright. I'm doing what the game taught me. Seems like a weird combat system. I've actually never played... Alright. I've actually never played anything like it before. Like, you need to bump from the side, right? But I barely do damage that way. Like, I can see the enemy health bar and it's like literally not moving at all. I don't even have a weapon, it seems. Ouch. So if an enemy hits you head on, you're basically done for. Alright. We're just going to beeline it. Because it doesn't feel like we can't even fight this thing. At least the music is good. Yeah, they told me to stay away from those with the blue heads. I wonder if getting a weapon will actually improve the combat for me. What the hell is going on with this music? I swear to God. They make way too hype music. Minea Gate just ahead for these games. Town of Minea. I saw Pim pick a ring off the ground the other day. Right after that, he went straight to his store and put it on the shelf. What kind of lowlife would just sell something he finds like that? Mister, are you a swordsman? Well, the fortune teller lady has been looking for a traveling swordsman. Please go and see her. Alright. My father is the mayor of Sepik village to the north. Lately, he's been a little preoccupied with something, though. Last time I saw him... Please, if you go to Sepik village, would you talk to him for me? It's not like him to be so panicked and perturbed. What in the world could put him in such a state? You must not go into the mine. The monsters there are extremely powerful. You'll be killed for certain. It's fortunate for us that they never venture outside. Word is they can't stand daylight. It's interesting. This is where the roots of East come from. Before the monsters showed up, we used to always play under the huge tree in the plains, but we can't do that now. The grown-ups won't let us go outside the city walls anymore. Interesting. Yeah, to be honest, I don't hear anyone ever talk about East when it comes to music. Oh, something you need. Red hair is rare around here. You're not from around these parts, are you? I'm from the mainland myself, but I got trapped in this lousy island by the storm wall. Think I can cut you a good deal since you're a fellow foreigner? I highly doubt that. Sapphire ring, wing, mirror. Why would I buy any of these? Alright, let's check out everything. But yeah, it's an interesting start to the series, honestly. Since the monsters started showing up, all the children are prohibited from leaving the city. They look like they've grown tired of being cooped up here, but what else can we do? It's for their own good. My mother lives by herself in Barbados. I keep trying to tell her to move in with me, since it's so much safer inside the city walls, but she won't listen. Also, how old is this game? Is this from 2001? Because, like, the border around it seems to be made for a 4:3 display. Oh my, it's you. You're not from Mysteria, correct? Did you come here by crossing the storm wall? Goddess, thank you. I've waited so long for this day. You're the one whom I've been seeking. Please, get your equipment in order, then return here at once. I must beg a favor of you. So it's a remake of a remake, is what you're telling me. So when did the original East release? My favorite one is about the Silver Sword. Used to defeat the army of monsters a long time ago. Huh. I can't remember that. 1987? That is old. Holy. Was it released for the NES? Or was it some other system? Or was it always PC? That's also a possibility. We're very fortunate to have Dr. Klaus in our city. His potions really hit the spot. Anytime there's an emergency, he'll always be there in a flash. He's a true hero to us all. I saw this really sculpted, scrumptious looking man the other day. Real debonair too, with his black cape. But when he looked at me, I swear I was scared out of my mind. His eyes were almost inhuman. But because he's always off on house calls, he's rarely at the clinic. You're not too bad yourself, actually, but you might be a little young for what I have in mind. This town is huge. When the monsters started attacking, a lot of people moved here from Rastin and Barbados Port. And yeah, Minea is protected by walls, but we can't just shut ourselves away. We've got to fight back. Minea has an ancient history, supposedly. Supposedly its walls were built a very long time ago. It's like a miracle that people back then could build some huge stone ramparts like those. On a day like this, when the weather is good, you can see Darm Tower clear as anything from the town's ramparts. It's amazing that our ancestors were able to build a tower that stretches up beyond the clouds. I highly doubt it was your ancestors who built that. Ah, welcome. You have to be careful when fighting monsters. Never approach them head on. That's suicide. If you strike from the side or the back, or even the toughest enemy can be taken down easily. The short sword is small, but it's light and easy to handle. An excellent choice for daily use. PC 88. Alright. That would make a lot of sense, you know. That would also make a lot of sense why this series has bypassed me so hard. Is because I was always a Nintendo gamer from growing up. And I got into PC gaming around the mid-2000s. For the first time. So yeah. How much does the longsword cost? The longsword is well-suited combat befitting a true swordsman. I don't have 2,000 golds. What is a talvar? Regrettably, the Talvar is from the Far East, and the storm was made restocking most difficult. My shipment was ashore, I hear, but it's still being catalogued, so there may be delays. My apologies. You have to be careful. Okay. I want to see what the armor costs, so I can budget. Ah, welcome. Offense is a great luxury, but defense is an absolute necessity. As such, proper armor is vital. They say the best defense is a good offense, but if the situation gets ugly, offense won't matter one whit. It's made of knitted chain, easy to move around in and well ventilated, so as to not slow cook its wearer. Alright, 400. Okay. The reflex armor is the crowning jewel in our inventory. It's a light leather armor treated with resin. Nope. Small shields. 700 gold. I can't buy that. So what you're telling me is I'm going to buy the chainmail and the short sword for now with the gold that I have, because I don't have that much gold. Alright. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I know. Alright. Ever since the silver mine on the mountain was closed, the cost of everything has risen so dramatically. Still, it's not like we could actually sell any of our silver goods with what the storm wall and all. Alright, let's talk to the rest of the town while we're at it. I think we were in here already. Yup. And then let's venture out. There we go. My mother and grandfather say they don't want to go back to their old home, and they look so sad about it. We used to live in Rastin village until the monsters razed it to the ground. The bats that come out from the mine at twilight aren't normal. They ferociously attack both humans and livestock. They were primary culprits in the destruction of Rastin. That has to be crazy. Just imagine your entire town gets destroyed by bats. Not long ago I saw a stranger in town wearing a black cape with a real peculiar pale blue glow to it. Maybe I was just seeing things, I don't know, but it still gave me the shivers either way. Dude? Stand aside please, there are patients to be seen. Me? I'm Dr. Klaus. Please let me pass, I must really hurry. Hello, how may I help you? It's been quite busy in here ever since the monsters started showing up. People are always getting hurt. Dr. Klaus went to make us house call at Zepik village, since they have no medical facility or staff there. Alright. Can I talk to you? Where did I get hurt, you ask? In my own home, that's where I was attacked. He hit me from behind so I didn't see his face, but I'll bet anything it was one of those damn thieves. And he stole the silver shield that's been in my family for countless generations. I had it tucked away in a corner of my old storeroom. Probably wasn't worth much, but even so, it's the idea. Save me, this is no puppy, it's a ribball. Alright. Pickards, you must double down. The wild dogs out in the field are called rebels. They are extremely fast to take heat around them. I got surrounded by a whole herd of them, which is how I came to be in this state. I managed to slip away and run to the big tree in the field. For some reason, the rebels turned back at that point. As a result, I'm still alive, and not too much worse for the wear, but I do wonder what it was that drove them away. On the other side of the northern pass is a huge bowl-shaped crater known as Bagyu Baghdad. Seems to be where the thieves are coming from. Guess they made their hideout there. I am Rhea. A poet and a troubadour. Sure you are. Sure you are, girl. My priceless silver harmonica has been stolen and I don't know what to do. I value it nearly as much as my own life. Up until now I've been traveling in search of that perfect melody. I play ancient songs, lost to the sands of times, dug from the depths of Asteria's long-forgotten past. But without my silver harmonica, I can't play nary a single note. Swordsman, if you should learn any clues as to whereabouts of my harmonica, would you please tell me? Anything at all. Be it rumor or fact, please. You're saying rumor or fact? How's Toll doing, Rhea? Oh my god, you can see it, you can really see it in the background. The tower. It would be really crazy if the final boss was again was again the father of Toll facts. Wing or mirror. This place has been crawling with thieves. And thieves are no goods for business at all. Even before the Stormwall, I had run-ins with them. It's extremely annoying. I hope they catch a bastards who took them and hang them out to dry. I don't even know where I would look for those thieves, so... Please purchase and equip a sword, armor, and shield and return to this house. Oh, I need also shields. I don't have the money for a shield though, so I have to go out and grind a bit, huh? Have you seen a one-eyed man around? His name is Donis. Damn fool, he's been down out right now, so he's been neglecting his work and he's run off somewhere to boot. Sarah has been acting rather odd lately. She's been going on about the world coming to an end. You know, it makes sense that this is like... This is Nihon Falcom. with this game releasing like in 87. Welcome, oh my stranger. Don't worry, traveler. The city of Minea is a safe haven for the monsters. You have nothing to worry about here. Speak with whom? Bartender, muscular man, one-eyed man. Ah, a new face. From whence did you come, sir? Barbado, you say? Ah, you're the lad who crossed the Stormwall, then. I heard about you from members of the Barbado militia when they come here on their rounds. Sorry if I sounded a bit suspicious when I asked where you're from. Lately there have been a lot of break-ins, so I thought maybe you were causing this establishment. My name's Garrick. I've been hired by the city to track down the sturdy thieves. No? Ah well, no sense getting myself in a knot over it. One-eyed man. Would you hear out the humble patron of this fine watering hole? Sure. Somewhere in this general area, I lost a beautiful sapphire ring I'd purchased as a gift for my wife. Without it, I feel I can't even face her. Damn thieves, I'll wager this is their doing. Sure, let's have a drink. Ain't learned much about the crooks, but I did find out that long ago, there were rhoda trees in Asteria. Whoever told you that? Never heard of a rhoda tree before. It's said to be one of the finest delicacies in the world. I'd love to taste one, just once before I die. Don't suppose you've come across any, have you? I know where this guy's sapphire ring sits, so... can't I... Okay. Have you visited the fortune teller's house? She may be young, but she's good. But if you're ever in need of advice or guidance, she can always set you on the right path. I'm Mysterious foremost tour guide. Or at least I used to be. That blasted storm one and all the monsters have driven me right off the business. It was once an odd old man who wanted to tour the mountain ruins. This was before the storm war. He seemed to be a scholar and said he planned on investigating Darm Tower. I hope he's okay. I used to work in the silver mine, but 6 months ago the tunnels were overrun by monsters. It's all because of those damn dumb monsters that I got. I got nothing to do but drink up and out. You know that harmonica playing poet girl who hangs around on the ramparts? She's real pretty, and that song of hers is also real pretty. It's mesmerizing. I haven't heard it in a while though. Man, this is good stuff. Alright. You guys enjoy your drinking. Stranger with a black cape. You know, it doesn't surprise me that Rhea is in this one specifically, because she's literally on the main art of this game. So, you know. There we go. I'm going to try myself now at the combat again, now that I have a sword. These monsters turn so fast. Alright. Now that I have a sword and armor, this doesn't seem too bad. I'm still getting hit quite a bit. But these monsters just turn way too quickly, I feel like. This is going to take forever until I... until I get enough gold to get myself a shield. Probably should also have brought like something to heal myself or something. Yeah, so far I'm not a huge fan of the bump combat. It's a weird system that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's good to know. I think this was also... wasn't this also a thing in East Origin? So it makes sense. South Minea. North Sepik. Rustin. I think this was also a thing in East Origin. Ouch. Wow. Alright. That makes it a lot easier. I highly doubt that a lot of these enemies, that grinding these enemies is required, but with an old RPG you can never be so sure that this isn't required. that I have to grind myself up to 700 gold. The thing is, when it came out, like now that I know that it's from 87, it's a different experience. Because in 87, no one had a concept what an RPG looked like, you know? What RPG combat looked like. Not really. I think Final Fantasy was around that time. Like turn-based RPGs were like coming out. But even then, like, it was the first Final Fantasy, so, like, it wasn't standardized like today. And especially what an action RPG looked like. So I can totally see why this is the combat that it shows. You know? Like, action RPG combat has grown a lot since. Alright. To be honest, the combat is finicky. Very finicky. The way it is handled. But yeah, we'll just have to move along, huh? If you line the enemies up on a certain pathway, it's possible to strike them several times without getting hit. But you need to line them up properly before you... It's probably better if I use the D-pads to control this. Like this. Because if I use the D-pad, I can like align myself better with the enemies than with the stick. Kind of like this, I guess. You just need to have the thing that I think most is you have to have the confidence that you are aligned correctly to not get hit. You know? Because if you are, you can just dash into enemies like this. Right? But if you are not aligned correctly, you're just going to get killed. What's in here? I wanted to talk to it, not kill it. So far seems pretty fine. Alright. Yeah, that wasn't... There we go. I think with the D-pad it just changes... Just changes the dynamic a lot. I also have around 400 gold already. I wonder. Alright, we're almost an hour in already for today. I've actually lost track of where I am a little bit. Okay, this field is a lot bigger than the previous one. Ouch. There's a rhoda tree. Hello, Mr. Rhoda Tree. I can just look up at it. It's been a while since we last saw you. And from what that villager told me, the monsters don't want to come near the rhoda tree. Alright, this is where the rhoda tree is. I definitely don't have a map, right, of any sort. Probably not. To Rustin Mine. This is where Rustin was, huh? Oh, fuck off. Alright. I probably should heed the warning and not go into the mine yet. Alright. I don't know how this combat is going to work with the bosses or something. East, Sepik Village. Northwest, Rusted Mine. South Minia. So, this is where Rusted Mine is. North Sepik Village, West Minia, Rustin Mine. Alright. Also Falcom and their made up like length currencies and stuff. Like their length measurements. Wow. This field is huge. Oh my god. Wait, is this the same rhoda tree? Is this a different one? I think this might be the same. And I just went back to where I was. Alright, let's go to that village that everyone was talking about. What's over here? Nothing? Alright. Level up. It's a big village. When I was young, I used to archive historical documents. One of them tells of 2 goddesses who saved the country from a great cataclysm. If such goddesses truly existed, we wouldn't have to live in fear of those accursed monsters. Really? Wouldn't we? Out in the western fields there are 2 giant trees. One is towards the south and the other is west of the old mine. It also doesn't feel like we need a lot to increase our health. One is toward the south and the other is west to the old mine. When I was young, I used to go and pick delicious fruit all the time. Wish I could do that again. Meaning as in a bad way. The thieves have been on the rampage there lately. Guess it's because that's where all the rich folks live. Have you been to the lakeshore? It's so pretty. You should go and see it for yourself sometime. The pier especially is the perfect spot for basking in the sun. Out in the western fields. Yeah, okay. Out of the blue, the Thief's Den was established next to Darm Tower. I hear it was built there to block up the entrance. Not that I mind having thieves between me and the cursed tower, but why? Why would they set up in such a place? They're stealing like silver shields and stuff. Is it because there's something in the tower that needs to be annihilated? And they need all that stuff? When I woke up this morning, my husband Luther was gone. He's probably sleepwalking again. Where on earth could he be this time? Luther's disappeared again. He can be so thoughtless sometimes. His lovely wife is quite worried about him. I wish I had a cute girlfriend who'd worry about me if I suddenly vanished. May is acting quite suspect. He keeps wandering around the village, muttering something under his breath. Something about giving the thieves everything he owns. And hoping that's enough. What is that all about? Well, I have a feeling it's about time we investigate. Also, I'm at 600 gold. Is it... Should I just... A strange old woman named Jebel lives in this village. When I was young, she told me all about the history of Asteria. Long ago, this was a bigger, lovelier country ruled by 2 goddesses. Back in the mining days, I once came across an old chamber filled with light, and therein I saw the most beautiful statues of 2 goddesses. It felt sacred, like I was looking on the guardian spirits of the mine. Since then, we miners have been praying every day. One day, one of the goddess statues just disappeared without a trace. We all took that to be an omen, but what does it mean? But yeah, should I head back now? Towards the previous village? To get the shields? Or does it not matter? Should keep away from the shrine on the mountain. They say it's haunted by hooded ghouls. Those who enter the shrine are doomed never to return again. I saw a very suspicious looking man wearing a black cape earlier. He was in an awful hurry. Ran right out of town to the north. There's nothing up there but monsters and thieves. I wonder if he fell into either category. That's good. Okay. I'm going to do that first then. Before we head further to the north and get lost in another thing. You're not from Mysteria. Who are you? No one has ever made it past the storm wall. If you feel like you need some guidance, I recommend paying a visit to the fortune teller in Menea. You have a portrait. You seem to be interesting. Oh. Young man, where did you come from? Ah, from Barbados. You know Dr. Pluto then? Good, good. I have something to tell you, but you must promise me you will not let the villagers know about it. Will you keep this conversation between us? Sure. This village's charm of protection, the Silver Bell, has been stolen by thieves. I desperately wish to get it back. If worst comes to worst, I'll pay any price the thieves may ask. Will you negotiate with them on my behalf? I'd ask the villagers, but they simply mustn't know of this. Sure. You'll do it? Thank you so much. The thieves' den is north to the village on the mountain road. If you meet their leader, please tell him that I'll pay whatever price he asks for the bell. I'm counting on you, young sir. This is an interesting start to the series, I swear to God. If you ask me, it's trouble with so many elderly people here. We're sitting ducks if ghouls should come knocking. But we haven't been attacked yet, not even once. Supposedly all thanks to the village treasure, the Silver Bell. So very suspicious looking. If the bell sounds keep monsters away, well then the bell is my new best friend for sure. I think I already talked to you guys. Alright, let's go back and get a shield. Does my strength also increase when I level up? Because it seems like it. Because I kill these monsters now in one hit. Wow. Alright, this is just way easier now. I don't even need to line up really that much because these monsters don't do damage to me at all. If there's any major grinding to be had, I'd probably do it outside of stream, you know. Alright, I need a shield. Let's buy a shield. A small shield. I wonder what a shield does, even at this point. Does it protect me from monster attacks? Maybe. Stand aside, please. Oh my god. Okay, I was wondering why he was in there, but it's the dog that's just running around. Swordsman, thank you for your returning. Tell me, are you familiar with the Books of Ease? No. Ease was the name of an ancient kingdom that existed here ages ago. The lost history of the land is written within the Books of Ease. It is unknown, however, who actually inscribed their words. But the 6 books detail the reason for Ease's fall from grace. My crystal ball tells me that one of the books is in the mountain shrine. Swordsman, will you seek the books? Yes, I will. You will? Ah, Swordsman, you are truly the man I've been seeking. Thank you very much. Please take this with you. It will show you the way within the shrine. Oh. First, please visit Jeba in the village of Sepik. She's my aunt. She knows a great deal about the history of Ys. I'm certain she will be of aid to you. Sepik village is to the northeast, just outside Menea. We'll pass through it on the way to the shrine. This game has intrigued me so far. I'm very intrigued right now. Kind of like with Ys Origin. I wonder how far this is going to go. I'm going to take a short break because I actually need to use the bathroom real quick. And we'll be back soon. And we're going to explore more of it. I really say this is a good, peaceful town theme. Really, really good. Alright, here we go. Alright, outside we go. On to more adventures. Okay, so these enemies stop giving experience, right? As well. At least it seems like it. I'm at 13 XP for a while, so... Or is that just what... Does my experience go down too? Or is that how much I need for the next level? Oh, that was how I need it for the next level. Alright. So the number goes down. So leveling is probably a good idea. I see a treasure chest. Where can I go to get the treasure chest? There's also a treasure chest. God damn. I don't know. Now I'm starting... The thing is, now I'm starting to enjoy the system. It's weird. Now I'm starting to enjoy the combat system. It's just bumping into enemies. It's fine so far. Can probably get more frustrating as time moves on, I'm guessing. Oh yeah. Bestiary potion has been obtained. It is. It is. Well, chest is empty. No chest messages for us. To be honest, you can't just run into enemies straight on at this point. They do so little damage and you can heal so fast at this point. You can just run into them straight on. And it's going to be fine. Do like 1 tick of damage. Like I could grind myself to future levels too at this point, I think. If I wanted to. Wait, a locked chest? What can I do with you, Mr. Tree? Instead of looking at you. You know, it is kind of fun, I have to say. In its own way, obviously. Like, I mean, it's not an Ys Origin kind of fun, way, but different. You can probably get really good at this. Also, the speedruns of this game are probably really good. I need to look into some speedruns. I just saw that there's an Ys Origin speedrun that was performed at SGDQ. Like, right before we started the stream, I saw it in my recommended and I was like, yep, I'm going to add this to watch later. To my watch later playlist. You know? I wanna know what the speedruns of these games look like. They're probably crazy. Like, I don't know if the Trail series has good speedruns because they are RPGs. Like, the Trail series is a series of RPGs, and the only RPGs where the speedruns are really good is like stuff like Final Fantasy VII. But the speedrun is still like several hours long, like it's still like 7 hours or something. I think it was in here. Sarah's crystal. I see, so the swordsman Sarah has been seeking all this time. Yeah, that's a problem with speedruns for RPGs. They tend to be not very good because they're so long. But yeah. I have to look it up, to be honest. You intend to find the Book of East within the shrine, do you? I believe you'll be needing this key then. There's a jingle. The ruins atop the mountain were once known as Solomon's Shrine. If one of the Books of East is there, it will no doubt be somewhere in the shrine's lower levels. The entrance to the lower levels is well hidden, but the crystal will show you the way. Virtually anything may await you in there. However, make certain you're well prepared before you go. To be honest, speedruns are really fun, in my opinion. In general, I would say. How is there Solomon Shrine here? Like, how? Like, all of East was floated to the top, right? Like the whole floating island of East. How could Solomon Shrine be this random thing? Unless East fell down again and became this island here in the middle of the sea. But then, how is there this tower? I don't understand. How is there the demon tower on this island? Do we want to negotiate with the thieves first? That is an interesting structure in the background too. Like, this is supposed to be an island, right? In the middle of the sea. Or not. Should we just head up the mountain? And just talk to the thieves real quick? Thieves then. What will you do? I'll talk to the boss. You're the brave or stupid kid. Why have you come here? Don't tell me you actually came here to hunt us down all by yourself. Huh? Who told you that we stole the silver bell? I'm afraid you're misinformed. We know how important the silver bell is to the people of Sepik. Stealing that would break the villagers' hearts, and that's something we would never do. Believe whatever you'd like, but I'm telling you we had nothing to do with it. You're free to doubt us, but that doesn't change the fact that we're innocent. What do you mean we're rampaging through the city, stealing everybody's silver? That's some kind of joke? Got it all wrong, kid. Believe it or not, there really is honor among thieves. We only steal from those who make their money by the blood and sweat of honest workers. If it's stolen silver you're after, look around you. Not a trace of it here. All of ours was stolen too. If we ever find the culprit, he's gonna pay dearly. You can be sure of that. Alright. That damn bandit keeps turning up in the weirdest places. Styria is not a big country. There are only so many places one can hide. So why the hell is he so hard to catch? Chest is empty. Adol pushed against the door, but it did not budge, nor did there seem to be any keyhole. Darm Tower is swarming with monsters. Some are even equipped with swords and armor. It's sickening. If I were to go in there, I think I'd probably just let muscle impulses take over and try not to think. Alright. Negotiation with the thieves was unsuccessful. Apparently, they didn't steal the bell, so... Alright. We're in the shrine. Oh my god. Ruby has been obtained. It's just a trails reflex. What does the ruby do? A ruby set in gold. Its condition is virtually flawless. A luminous crystal with an exotic base sparkles in the light. A gorgeous key made of crafted ruby and gold with a complex design. Potion blessed by a priest gives insight on defeated enemies. Oh, so you can't heal in dungeons. Alright. That makes everything a little bit different. Alright. Oh my god, where are we going? Adol used the shrine key. How am I supposed to beat this? I am not supposed to beat this. I'm doing barely damage. Yeah, I'm doing barely any damage to this thing. It's locked. Do I have to level up and get better equipment before I go here? Like, this is literally the last thing I can do. But I'm also relatively close to a level up. Like, I think I've explored every other avenue, so I definitely probably have to do this. I wonder if... I can equip one of these. The heart of the crystal shines like a star in the night sky. Oh, it's the B button item, it seems. It's a large Styrian ruby. It looks pretty valuable. Better put it away. Made of finely worked gold with the ruby setting. The end is twisted. Yeah, I don't think I can beat this. Is this like... Is this game grindy? Do I need to like grind a little bit until I get 2000 gold to get a better sword or something? Like I'm at 1.1k and I could get a few levels from the enemies here on the mountain path, to be honest. So we leveled up. How much experience does one give? Around 8. 8 experience per defeated enemy. It seems like. Can we talk to the mayor? The ruins atop the mountain, yeah. If one of the books of East is there, shrine, the entrance to the lower levels is well hidden. That crystal will show you. I have a feeling this is what I need to do. Back in the mining days. Yeah, okay. The mayor is acting quite suspect. This is the mayor's house. Do you mean to tell me it wasn't the thieves? They're not the ones who stole the silver bell. How am I supposed to believe that? Who else could do such a thing? I suppose there was that man in the black cape whom several villagers saw on Mountain Road. Oh, is that the guy in Solomon Shrine in the shrine ruins? It's like a magician with black cape. Yeah, we get decent amount of gold from these enemies. So, oh god. I mean, it's not out of the question that we buy better weapons and armor and just grind a bit. But I wonder if this is the intended way. The main problem is I can't discern that because the game's old. So it could just be designed in a way that you need to do that. Like it doesn't have the foothold of a newer game, right? Like newer games have like footholds to tell you, hey, you should buy better equipment and stuff. Or if I should be able to beat this. I wonder. Well, we have 2000 golds. We could actually buy a better sword. I mean, we can try. Oh, you've met Goban, have you? I told you it wasn't your average run-of-the-mill thief, did I? There have been robberies left and right these days, but I don't believe Goban is to blame. Those who entered the shrine are doomed never to return again. Alright, I'm going to move back to the city of Minea, was it? And I'm going to get the better sword, and then we return and try again. Because the damage we were doing to that boss was pathetic. To be honest, these enemies don't give us a lot of, like, experience anymore. And the ones at the top of the mountain pass also don't give us a lot of experience at this point. You know, the one thing we could do is enter the mines. There's supposedly strong enemies in there. Here we go. Equip. I could try it, but they did say there's strong monsters in there. But I guess we don't have any other choice right now. Oh yeah, there's also another adventure RPG coming out soon. Which is the game that a lot of people have been talking about. It's the one from Square Enix, which is like The Adventures of Elliot or something, and it does have a early game demo. Like a prologue demo. I wonder if we should play that on stream. And then once I get the game, eventually... I don't even know when it comes out, to be honest. I can just look at the tree. Once the game comes out, if we should then continue. I think we played the early demo of the game on stream. I did like a demo day stream where we just tried a bunch of demos, and that was among them. And I quite enjoyed the gameplay. So, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to save first, because that looks sus. That is very sus, actually. Oh, we're not even doing any damage. Okay, that was definitely the wrong turn to take. We're very far off from actually fighting these monsters. Yes, they do. The Elliot game feels kind of like the East games. The thing that fascinates me most is... it feels more like a Sword of Mana spin-off. Or a Final Fantasy Adventure spin-off. That's what fascinates me most. Final Fantasy Adventure is one of my favorite games of all time. Especially if you go to retro games. I wonder if I'll set up... I think I'll set up a stream for Sunday where we play that Elliot demo. I think I might do that. Alright. We're at the point where enemies stop giving much EXP. So I'm going to save right here. I don't know how I can open locked chests. Do we have to have a key or some kind? But yeah, I think I'll set up a stream for that as well because I'm super interested. It feels like Final Fantasy Adventure or Sword of Mana. If you've never experienced it, it's actually one series that I'm also still looking into actually playing on this channel. Final Fantasy Adventure. Well, Final Fantasy Adventure we already played on the channel. It's more of a Sword of Mana. Sword of Mana, Legend of Mana, Secret of Mana, like that whole series. Alright, that's more like it. The flames do a lot of damage. Oh god. Okay, I need to use the control pad here a little bit. That is not an easy boss fight, but I feel like I can do it. I need to use a stick for this one because I have more control over the action with the stick than I have with the D-pad. That fight feels hard, but at least I'm doing decent damage now, so if we weave between these magic things, then we can definitely do it. Alright. Alright. That wasn't great. What a boss music. Fuck. Yeah, the timing is hard. Really hard. I got it for a second there, and then I let it slip away. I mean, to be honest, Isa's never had great bosses. At least in Origin, they didn't have a really great boss that I say would, like, blow my mind. Not a huge fan of these. You need to... Can I just attack from behind? I can't. He just moves to the other side when I do that. Like, I could grind out and get a better armor set, but... Like, could get the better armor, but to what end would that lead, to be honest? Okay. He keeps delaying now. Ah! What does the shield actually do, by the way? Is it just a buff to the defense? I think the fires are speeding up as time moves on, too. As he gets low in health. There we go. Level up. Save. So you can tell me now if you want if that was the intended way to do it. If, like, the grinding was correct. You know what I mean? Or if there was some other way to do it. I have no idea. So yeah, apparently I can't heal in dungeons, so I need to be extra careful how I approach these enemies. Right. This is where we came from. The good thing is you can save anytime. So you can basically get yourself out of any trouble. The cell is locked, but that does not appear to be empty. You can literally save scum yourself out of the worst trouble, I guess. can save anywhere. Another locked chest. Yeah, this does nothing. So probably buying 1 or 2 potions would have been... Buying a potion would have probably been a good idea beforehand. I'll definitely find a key or something down here. Have you seen how slick I just went past that enemy? Yeah, not great. Alright. Yeah, fighting in these tight corridors is not great. Absolutely not. It is a really good theme, I have to say, too. Prison key has been obtained. Ouch. I'm going to do a safety save right here. I'm thinking about getting out of here to heal up. I should probably do that. And maybe I can go back to the village to get some medicine. You know. All right. Wow. Let me quickly grab some gold while I'm here. Just a little bit. Right. It should be enough, hopefully. Yeah, sorry, I'm going all the way back. Real quick. Down here. think it was down here. Yeah. Let's get a bit of armor set. Just while we're out of this, wrong menu, equip. Just raises our defense a little bit. And if we go to the hospital here, medicine, 300 golds. Hot damn. Wait, there was also the thing about this ring, right? $1,000 gold. Strange one. If you use it, it'll warp you back to town from anywhere in the land. That seems incredibly useful. Has the power to freeze monsters in time, but it's delicate. Use it too often and it'll shatter. Nope. Yeah, there was this ring business as well. I think I'm going to do the shrine first, though. That's what I want to accomplish today, you know? Like, go into the shrine and do all of the stuff there. Hopefully. I don't know. I just need to get enough gold to buy a medicine. You know what I mean? I think it was over here, yeah. Let's go back real quick and do this. If we want a dungeon crawl. The menus are a little bit painful, I have to say. The menus are super slow. And a little bit painful. But yeah. Alright. Now we're off to the shrine. Again. I think I'm prepared. The thing is, initially I went into the shrine thinking that I could just heal myself by standing still. But if you can't do that in the dungeon, then it's basically meaningless. Catch my drift. Also doesn't spell good things for the final dungeon. But that's another issue. Alright. Wow. I'm also relatively close to leveling up again. Alright. There we go. Okay. Now we need to focus. Maybe I should also save real quick before I go into here completely unprepared. Level up! Hello? Fina? Who are you? Adol introduced himself and explained his reasons for coming to the shrine. My name's Fina. It feels like I've been locked up down here for my entire life. I remember it was a man in a black cape who put me in here. He's a terrible man who seems to control the very movements of the monsters. It's dangerous here. You should forget about me. Please hurry. Get away from here while you can. You're going to help me? You're saying I can leave this place? Adol, thank you so very much. Adol swore to Fina that he would lead her to a safe space. Mask of Eyes has been obtained. The man in the black cape put that mask in here with me. Perhaps it could be of some use to you. Stone mask with insect jade hides enemies but reveals secrets. Yeah. I remember this. Where would be a safe place for her? Can you come with me, Fina? Fina? It doesn't seem like they remember their time as goddesses. Really. To be honest. I mean, I can bring her to the village. Or where am I supposed to bring her instead? Oh god. I'm alright, Adol. I'm just tired, that's all. Don't worry about me. Fina lapsed into unconsciousness. Adol felt her forehead and confirmed that she'd had a fever. Luckily, Cheppa's house was very close. Adol gently lifted Fina over his shoulder and promptly carried her to Chabas. She's sleeping well. The medicine should help. I had a good night's rest and she should be fine by morning. Still, no matter how you look at it, it's a very strange story. The sacred inner sanctum, sealed under the shrine for so long, becoming home to monsters. And a girl imprisoned there, no less. So much of this simply doesn't add up. Don't you worry, I'll take good care of her. She'll be up and about soon enough, good as new. Medicine seemed to have kicked in. Fina's breathing was steady and the fever subsides. Alright. I don't think we're done with this dungeon. To be honest, I don't think we're done with this dungeon. But getting Fina to safety was top priority. Obviously. Okay, these chests are all locked. I have no idea what to do with that. Oh yeah, and we also obtained the mask from her, which I don't have any idea where to use even. I think it's about time we head to the second floor because honestly, there's probably a dead end where we can use the masks somehow. I have a feeling. Yeah, not great with these monsters around. Treasure box key has been obtained. Oh, there we go. Okay, this seems to be basement free. Yeah. You know the big problem is, in these tight corridors, you can't fight them like you need to. Like you can't line them up. Right? Ivory key has been obtained. How long would you say this game is? Because I feel like there might be some more dungeons that we haven't seen yet, but in terms of overworld, we've seen a lot already, at least of what was promised. If you catch my drift. Oh god, oh god, oh god. We took quite a bit of damage there. Tough. They keep shoving new and more new enemies down my throat, and I don't like it. Combined 10 hours. All right. So I would say around 15 hours 15 hours with my added stupidity, you know. Because sometimes I'm just pretty dense when it comes to new games. So yeah, that's about 5 streams, 6 streams. That's an okay time, I would say. Alright. If I stop dying all the time... Alright. There's that enemy again. Strong enemy. Alright. Around 13 hours. Alright. I'll take that. Okay, these enemies do basically take no damage from me. That's why I was annihilated last time. Oh my god. They also deal crazy amounts of damage to me. Oh. That comes at a perfect timing. I think I'm getting the hang of the combat. You know? Oh god. But the problem is, you need to be kind of very much off-center, which I do not like that much. Because you need to be a lot of off-center. And if you're not perfectly aligned, then you're just going to get shit-faced and take huge tons of damage. Oh, you can just back them into corners like this too. Silver shield has been obtained. Interesting. Can I equip that? Here's the equip menu. Breathtaking silver shield inscribed with protective blessings. I can equip that. Is it a bad idea that I equip it? I'm going to save real quick. Can't get over there, I guess. Hmm. The thing is, the silver shield is actually very strong. So I don't even know why I would, like, buy any of the other shields, because the silver shield is that strong. Right? Maybe I don't have it for long. How do I get over there? Alright. There seems to be a statue somewhere. That's a level up. I can't warp to this statue. I don't get how to get to that treasure chest. Here we go. The main issue is I can't see enemies with this mask on. And there's no way to quick equip, unequip. And I haven't found like anything that spelled suspicious at this point. Like any areas that spelled suspicious. There has to be some way. I wonder. There's probably a statue somewhere that appears. You know what I mean? with this mask on. Yeah, none of these appear any different. I mean... Nope. All right. There's no secret passage here, too. And no secret passage here as well. I'm first time blind on this game whatsoever. Completely first time blind. As you probably can see. Like there has to be a statue appearing somewhere. I really don't get it. Come on. This just leads me... back to here. All right. There's one more statue over here that I don't know how to get to. It's right over there. Is it on a different floor? Is it on the previous floor or something? Wow, incredible. Because I've been around this floor so much, but I've never even once seen the room that this thing is in. So it has to be a different floor, right? Alright. We're going up. I'm going back up. But the enemy types don't even match. That's what I'm a little bit torn about. Like, the enemy types don't match that I've seen there. There's a silver bell. There's probably something important in that treasure chest that I can't get to. Doesn't seem like it's here, though. Like, I feel like I'm missing an important entrance or something. To something. And I can do that with a mask, but... I absolutely don't have a clue, and I think I'll just hand in the silver bell for now. Just so it's gone. I actually don't know what to do with the mask. So yeah, let's give back the silver bell to the mayor, and we'll come back to it next time. Next time is probably going to be a little bit away. It's probably going to be on Monday, by the way, because if we're going to play Elliot on Sunday, then we'll return to this game on Monday. I have stacks of gold. Holy Jesus. Just look at my 9k gold. From killing all those enemies. Alright. Please don't talk to me. Oh, Fina, you're up. Adol. Don't worry about Fina. She's feeling just fine. Her fever wasn't anything serious. She was just fatigued from a long and frightened ordeal. I'm sorry, Adol. Can't believe I just collapsed like that without even properly thanking you. It's a bit late now, but thank you, Adol Christin, for saving me from the dark, dank prison. Why would I be imprisoned in such a place? Try as I might, I simply cannot remember. My memories are of the prison and my own name, nothing else. And whenever I attempt to focus and remember anything else, all that comes to me is headache. I'll continue looking after Fina for a while. I think some of the area's less savory inhabitants have taken an unhealthy interest in her. Interesting. She doesn't remember, huh? That sucks. It's been probably very, very long since E's origin. Oh my, it's a silver bell. Was it the thieves? Were they the ones who retrieved it from? What's that? The thieves didn't have it. It was beneath the old shrine. I'm confused. Why in the world would it have been there? Well, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is it's been returned. We're safe again. Thank you so much, adventurer. As a token of my appreciation, I give you this ring. Wear it well. Ooh, a power ring. It's a family heirloom with mystical properties. I believe it will prove very, very useful to you. Is it an equip item? It is. Bronze ring that fully doubles the wearer's strength. What? That seems broken. I mean, that please rest your weary bones. Alright, where to next? Should I go back into the shrine and just YOLO it? You know, the enemies in the early floors are not that strong and they don't do too much damage to me at this point. So I could just YOLO it. Also, we got a treasure chest to open over there. Shield ring. Probably does the same as the power ring, huh? Interesting. I mean, I could just wear this. And I mean, I don't see the enemies, but they can't do anything to me in the current state anyway. Because I'm too strong for this area. So I can just search everywhere. You said second floor. So this is not the second floor, right? So let's see if we can find it. Doesn't seem like. Can I use one of these statues? Probably not. Okay. Wow. The problem is, if I have it on all the time, I can't see a difference. If you catch my drift. I have no idea where to search for this thing. Doesn't seem like there's anything changed in here. Yeah, there's nothing here. If I remember the topography of this place correctly. There's all sorts of dead ends, but I don't think I've seen a spot anywhere. Either I'm very blind to this, or I have no idea what to do here. The question is, how do I get there? Over there. It's over there. I have absolutely no clue. If you know the answer, you can't just tell me. I looked for it everywhere. I have absolutely no clue. I don't mind being spoiled on this because, seriously, I've been looking. And there's no inconspicuous spots anywhere. Because I really would love to get out of this dungeon today, if I can. If not, I'm going to end for the day and I'm looking it up myself. So, you know. In East Origin, it was pretty much clear what the thing was where I need to use it. If you don't know, that's also okay. Just a second. Alright. I have no idea how to get to this box. Alright. You know what? I also couldn't find the answer just by looking it up. So what we're going to do is... I'm going to save right here. And we're going to end the stream for today. And next time, when we are back, I will have the answer to what we need to do. So, yeah, that's going to be it. It was a fun endeavor jumping into this game, I have to say. Like, the East games surprise me the most out of all games I play regularly. Because I don't know what it is, but they are super enjoyable to play. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be live in around 30 minutes with Super Mario Kart. We're going to do like a few quick races, probably around an hour maybe. Yeah. It'll be around an hour. You can join me if you want. I'll look at the settings. And we're going to have a great time playing Super Mario Kart in around 30 minutes. I'll set it up and I'll be back with that. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. If you want to see more, there's definitely a chance I'll be streaming it next week. Not this week. Saturday I'm taking off. Tomorrow I might do an early morning stream and a late stream. I don't know what the late stream's going to be. It might be Metroid Fusion tomorrow. But the Saturday I'm taking off. Sunday I'm going to be streaming a lot. But I think there's not going to be Ease on Sunday. But probably on Monday. So yeah. That's going to be it for today, guys. If you want to see more, obviously, please leave a like and subscribe, as usual. And I'll see you all next time. Trilightning out.